Hello and welcome to The Life presented by DC Lottery. Lots of people win. I'm Kelsey, Nicole Nelson. He's Fred Smoot. Fred, I usually ask how you're feeling, how you're doing, but I know you have to be feeling great, Fred. We are winning in Washington. What a feeling, right?
I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. It was the perfect match for Pittsburgh. I just felt it all week. I felt it brewing. And guess what? We on the other side of it right now. And everybody, the fan base has to be happy about how this team is progressing.
Yeah, the fan base has to be happy. We're seeing it, Fred. I haven't seen the DMV this excited about our football team in a very long time. Like, I'm born and bred here, but there's a new feeling in the air because we know our team can do it. And we're possibly talking that P word, Fred. Maybe the playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
We like to see that. And talking about the win, let's talk about a player that was part of that win. This week, I had a chance to sit down with Kendall Fuller for The Life and talk about just his life off the football field, his hobbies, his interests, which include golf, and also he has other brothers that also played in the National Football League. So talk about a successful family with the Fullers. Check out the interview now. Hello and welcome to The Life, Kendall. How are you feeling? How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm great. I appreciate you joining us. And Kendall, we're so excited to get to know you more because I have to be honest with you, Kendall. You're one that's harder to get to know because you're not a big guy on social media. You got to tell us why that is.
I'm not. I've kind of just always been that way, just low key, just enjoying myself around the guys that I'm at in person and things like that. So definitely low key.
Nothing wrong with being low key. But if you don't mind, we want to get into your low key life. Tell us what are some of your hobbies and interests when you're not playing on the football field?
Recently, honestly, I like eating, like going to good restaurants, and pretty much just like playing a lot of golf.
So you said you like eating. I'm gonna dig into that because you're a Baltimore guy, right?
I am.
So is crab cakes the favorite food, or what are we eating when we're eating, Kendall?
Definitely crab cakes. I make my mother drives out every Thursday and brings some crab cakes from my favorite spot out there from G&M.
Meet in Lithicum. Yes, that's my favorite place too.
So she'll bring me some crab cake, some Oreo cheesecake every week. So I gotta keep her busy doing that.
That sounds good. Even though you're supposed to be eating all that, Kendall. I know your trainers have you on something strict, right?
I eat it. I always wear a hoodie. I wear a hoodie at practice on Friday to sweat it out. So I get it out before Sunday.
That is good advice to young football players out there. And then you said you're also a golf guy. So first off, where are we golfing? What's your favorite course?
I do want to try Raspberry Falls out here. I haven't played Congressional yet, but this off season I plan on getting with guys like Tress, beating them and things like that. So it's gonna be a fun off season.
We'll make sure we send that audio clip to Tress when you said you're gonna beat him in a game of golf. Any other cool people that you've played golf with?
Not that I can think of. I mainly just play with my brothers. Me and my brothers are so competitive. We always do things together. So a lot of the time, when I'm in Arizona a lot, I play with my brother Kyle. When I've been here, I play with my brother Benny, who lives out here. So mainly just a lot with my brothers.
Wow, all of you guys have played in the National Football League. How lucky is your family?
For us, it seems normal. Just growing up, my father had us in sports since a young age. We always went from track basketball to football. So for us, it kind of just seems like we're just playing a sport. That's all we did our whole life, just running around playing sports in the school and things like that. So for us, it's just kind of just a way of life.
So let's talk holidays, Kendall. What would be on that Christmas wish list for you?
I could take a new set of golf clubs.
Okay.
The last time I went golfing, I think I broke my 4-iron, so I could use some golf clubs, PXGs, if my brothers hear me. But besides that, I really just like being with my family. My oldest brother has a son, so just being able to see my nephew and things like that. If I can get around the family, be around them, especially during times like this, I definitely enjoy that. So I'll take their presents over their gifts.
Let's go back to the Super Bowl last year with the Kansas City Chiefs. You did something pretty sweet, Kendall, getting an interception. What was that feeling like for you?
It was definitely surreal. Just the timing of the game to kind of seal it, just on a high note for our team and things like that. But just the experience, just to be at that top, to win a Super Bowl, because you just get to experience. You get to experience it with the city, the fans. I told somebody, I think after I signed here, a parade in DC would be crazy.
It would be nice.
I would enjoy that. So we got some work. We got some work to do to make that happen.
You know he's a Maryland native because we do our crab cakes right here, Fred. What else?
I've been saying he's a B-more guy. You know, crab cakes, that don't shock me that he enjoy a good crab cake. But on that note, I gotta say this. When you stacking the Fuller family, when it comes to families of football, it ain't too many families can compete with them. I know Mannings are one of those families that people hold up there, the Long family hold up there. But if we going sheer numbers, we talking about daddy, uncle, brother, cousin. We talking about 4, 5, 6, 7 of these guys that played in the NFL. They probably compete running through the hallways at their mama house. Like, it's always a competition. And I'm sure it's always a competition to get mom's attention. You know how that goes. So I think that could be the #1 attention in the Fuller household.
Oh yes, nothing like a mother's love. And you talked about competition. We just won a competition, Fred, here in Washington. We're really in Pittsburgh. And Take Over Your Trap is something that's all over social media now, because that's exactly what the Washington football went in and did in Pittsburgh against that undefeated team. So Fred, have you seen the social media posts? Everyone's talking.
Oh, I've seen them all, and I've enjoyed them all. Well, people gotta understand, we haven't beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. I never beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. We haven't beat them since 1991. So the fan base really wanted this game, and I think this game was a kind of trading of the guards. All right, it's a new world order in town. All right, it's like, put it like this: as the Washington football team, we've never lost to the Cowboys. We've never lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hey, it's just a new feel in Washington right now.
Yeah, and we need that feeling. Like you said, I mean, think about it. You said since 1991. Fred, the last time we beat them, I wasn't even here. So talk about
How old were you? How old were you in 1991? How old were you?
Born yet. I was born in 92, Fred. So
Way to make me feel old. Thank you.
And before we go to break, I also had a chance to ask Kendall Fuller about his motivations both on and off the football field. Here's what drives him, presented by me.
Definitely just my faith. Just kind of realizing and understanding the talents that God has given me, and just wanting to give those talents back, and just go out there and just, whenever people see me play, just hoping that they can, feel his presence, the joy that he gives me. And then just if anything, probably just my family. I've just been doing it for so long. My father's pushed us a lot when we were younger, and just kind of forming that love for the game, having that love for the game, doing it for so long. The things that this game, God using this game as a vessel to get me so many things, relationships, everything that comes with it, just enjoying that and just trying to give everything I have back to it.
DC has a home for the greatest hits of all time.
That would be Michael Jackson for me.
DC's greatest hits.
Madonna.
Billy Idol. Live here.
Cyndi Lauper.
Bon Jovi.
94.7.
Blondie.
The Eagles.
The Drive.
Yeah. Give it all you got. Give it all you got.
We've been training for the SHIPATHON because the obstacles are bigger than ever this holiday. Shop and ship early. FedEx.
Give it all you got.
It's 2020. Let's make a splash. Play the DC Lottery's Roaring Cash.
The best team has a great sense of family. The best family has a great culture. And within that culture, there is great character. When you have all those elements come together, you've got a team.
DC has a home for the greatest hits of all time.
That would be Michael Jackson for me.
DC's greatest hits.
Madonna.
Billy Idol.
Live here.
Cyndi Lauper.
Bon Jovi.
94.7.
Blondie.
The Eagles.
The Drive.
It's touchdown time again, and maybe time for you to score too with the Washington Touchdown Scratcher from the DC Lottery. Don't miss your special chance to win the top prize of $50,000 instantly. There's over $300,000 in total cash prizes remaining. Get your Washington Touchdown Scratcher today, only from the DC Lottery. Lots of people win.
Welcome back to The Life presented by DC Lottery. Lots of people win. And as we like to do each and every week, we like to highlight our Women of Washington podcast that highlights great women leaders both in and out of the Washington football team organization. And here's a sample of this week's show presented by Fresh Fine Wine.
Women that participate in sports in a young age tend to go on into leadership levels. And so if you look at a lot of the female CEOs that are out there, a lot of them came from a sports background to some degree. So, and it's natural for us to be working in a sports franchise to have people that were involved in sports. But I do think that there is a lot of training and discipline and motivation that comes out of being in sports in that way that translates into business or a career later on down the road. I was always afraid I wouldn't find something that was as exciting and competitive as being an athlete. And somehow I managed to find these jobs that are equally as competitive and interesting as being the actual athlete, and now almost more in a coaching role, if you think about it that way.
All right, Fred, it's that time to get into what's trending. And boy, are there a lot of stuff trending this week. So first, to kick things off, Lifetime, a channel I like to watch, they had all of us spinning on our heads because they're introducing this new kind of romantic, seductive thriller, Fred, with Mario Lopez as Colonel Sanders. And yes, I'm talking about Colonel Sanders from KFC. Did you see this news?
No, is it like the Notebook 2? He falls in love with a lady as Colonel Sanders?
Yes.
Kentucky Fried Chicken Man.
But he don't look like that Colonel Sanders, Fred. I'm gonna be fair. Mario Lopez looks like Colonel Sanders just like in a dream.
Well, you know Mario Lopez doesn't age, so he's fine.
All right, friends. So coming up next, our basketball team, the Washington Wizards. We have a new face in town, Russell Westbrook, headed into the Washington Wizards facility, already arriving to practice 2 hours early, as we know is his thing. What do you think about this? No more Wall Star in Washington. Now we got Bill and Russell Westbrook. Can the Wizards possibly make the playoffs?
Oh, yes, they can make the playoffs. Hey, right now, if you look on paper and say Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal in the backcourt, with Klay Thompson out, it's not a better backcourt in the NBA. One speed, that's all he has. One speed, and that's 100%. And you can never knock an athlete if he's giving you 100% of himself every time he shows up to perform. Especially if I'm paying my money for a ticket, I know he would never sell me short.
So Fred, our movie fans are going to be super excited about this. More time to sit on the couch and chill because Warner Brothers, partnering with HBO Max, all of their 2021 releases will not only go to theaters, but also into our homes and our houses. How lucky are we? I think that's just, it doesn't get any better than that.
Well, I don't know. Right now, they're my entertainment is picking my pockets apart. Not only does I have Verizon cable, I got Netflix, I got Amazon, I got literally 12 different entertainment hubs, and now you're gonna hit me with HBO Max?
Listen, the way my bank account is set up, the thing is, I got a checking and the savings, but all the money is in my savings, so I don't think it's gonna go through.
It's all kind of movies that are gonna be blockbuster hits. So, and I'm wondering, is this gonna force Marvel to actually do the same thing on the Disney network by pushing Black Widow and all the rest of their movies to a streaming service? So it's gonna be fun to see.
It's now time for Smooch for Damas. So Fred, can I get my credit, please? Because last week I was closer than you on the final score pick. So make sure you get my credit before you do this because
I'm gonna say, did I not say 20 to 17?
No, you said 31-20. Look at you trying to change the score. I
could have sworn I did.
Nah, Fred, you remember. You're not that old, Fred. You remember what you said. You just don't want to be seen as wrong.
Well, now Smooch Damas has another prediction. All right, I want them to understand that we have not forgot. We do remember. We remember the 49ers slipping and sliding on our field after they beat us last year. We don't forget. The North never forgets. And guess what, Mr. Shanahan? We know how it go, and we know you haven't forgotten. We know it's a grudge match here. So guess what? I can't wait till this weekend because it's personal. This one is very personal. So now I'm going to say yes. In a personal game, we do score 30 points. We score 30. They score 13. We win. We leave Arizona because we played them in a neutral site. We leave Arizona with a victory.
I'm going to do 27-20, Fred. I have us winning by a touchdown, continuing this win streak, but it's going to be a good one. I can't wait until we go to San Fran.
Well, we'll see. You're usually wrong, but we will see.
Remember, we're going to Arizona. We can't even go to San Fran. It's COVID.
And I understand it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for watching this episode of The Life. I'm Kelsey Nicole Nelson. He's Fred Smoot. We'll see you next time.
DC has a home for the greatest hits of all time.
That would be Michael Jackson for me.
DC's greatest hits.
Madonna.
Billy Idol. Live here.
Cyndi Lauper.
Bon Jovi.
94.7.
Blondie. The Eagles.
The Drive.
At Honda, we take the holidays seriously. With serious style and serious capability. So while others may be decking the halls, you could be dashing through the snow with the best value of the season. Now's the best time to get into a new Honda. KBB.com's best value brand for 2020. Visit Happy Honda Days at your local Honda dealer or shop online to get a great offer on the CR-V.
It's 2020. Let's make a splash. Play the DC Lottery's Roaring Cash.
The best team has a great sense of family. The best family has a great culture. And within that culture, there is great character. When you have all those elements come together, you've got a team.
Free healthcare. Hundreds to more than $1,000 per month in disability compensation and tens of thousands for college tuition. These are just some of the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs benefits that may be available to veterans. VA is focused on customer service like never before. Choose VA and see why veterans' trust in VA reached an all-time high. Claim the benefits you've earned at choose.va.gov.
DC has a home for the greatest hits of all time.
That would be Michael Jackson for me.
DC's greatest hits.
Madonna.
Billy Idol. Live here.
Cyndi Lauper.
Bon Jovi.
94.7.
Blondie. The Eagles.
The Drive.
It's all-wheel drive season, and your local Honda dealers are bringing the best deals of the year. It's clearance pricing during the Happy Honda Days sales event. Dash through the snow to a rugged and adventurous Honda. Check out the entire all-wheel drive truck and SUV lineup. CR-V, HR-V, Ridgeline, Pilot, and Passport, with features like Honda Sensing, Magic Folding Seats, and 3 different driving modes. Clearance pricing is here, but it won't last long. Don't miss clearance pricing at the Happy Honda Days sales event, now at your local Honda dealer.
You can hear every Washington football team game on the Team 980 and streaming on the radio.com app. Listen to Kevin Sheehan, Brian Mitchell, and Steve Zabin and more on the official home of the Washington football team.